It started with a plain, unmarked envelope in my mailbox, addressed to me in a handwriting eerily similar to my own. The letter inside, dated 5 years into the future, warned me to avoid taking the shortcut through the old bridge after midnight. I laughed it off as an elaborate prank, perhaps orchestrated by my friends. But as the days passed, I received more letters, each predicting increasingly bizarre events with uncanny accuracy. My skepticism waned as the mundane predictions, like a broken coffee machine at work in a freak hailstorm, came true one after another. Still, I stubbornly refused to believe in the supernatural until the warnings turned dark. The letters grew more urgent, describing fatal accidents and grisly incidents that sounded like they belonged in a horror movie. One letter screamed in bold red ink, "Beware the man with the scar on his left cheek." The following day, I met a new neighbor fitting this exact description. His unsettling grin and the way his eyes lingered on mine stirred an unfamiliar fear in me. I tried to dismiss the warnings, telling myself it was all in my head. But each night, the letters piled up, each more frantic than the last, each detailing gruesome fates that awaited me if I didn't heed the advice. One stormy night, curiosity got the better of me. I decided to test the warnings by taking the forbidden shortcut. As I crossed the old bridge, a shadowy figure emerged from the mist. It was the man with the scar, his eyes gleaming with an unnatural light. The air around us seemed to thicken, and a sharp chill crept down my spine. He moved closer, and I realized, with dawning horror, that the letters were not just warnings, they were a desperate plea from my future self to avoid the fate that now seemed inevitable. In a panic, I turned to run, but my foot slipped on the wet planks of the bridge. As I fell, I caught sight of the man's face, twisted in a grotesque mix of triumph and malice. My head hit the ground with a sickening thud, and everything went black. When I awoke, I was in a hospital bed, the doctor telling me I was lucky to be alive. But as I looked around, I noticed a new letter on the bedside table, marked with tomorrow's date. My hands shook as I reached for it, the feeling of dread settling deep in my bones. Whatever was coming next, I knew it was only the beginning.